joke, but it's like, let's just say it's a hypothetical, okay? It's showing you. Now, listen, hypothetical for just 5 seconds, okay? This is no joke here, because everything that's come out of both of you guys' mouth has been nothing but distraction and misdirection, because it's easy clicks for you.
Just like I said, guys, what you don't want to do, especially around men, is to come through with a very emotional, you got to stay stoic, you got to stay even keeled.
The point of it was to get douche nozzles like yourself to have this conversation in the first place.
How old are you, bro? Douche nozzles?
Yes.
But his boomer is showing.
You douche nozzles.
So Monday, you guys were talking to Brandon Carter. One of the things that Brandon was talking about was you got to love money. You got to be on top of your game. And and I love Brandon Carter, by the way. I think he should be a stand-up comedian. I mean, the guy is that funny. He's a great guy, right? But when you guys are on that show and you're talking to him, and he's talking about how he doesn't go to he doesn't go to Publix, doesn't go grocery shopping for himself. He doesn't go do his own laundry. He doesn't have a car.
Listen, I hate. There's not a petty bone in my body, but I just want to just comment on what I see right here. Rolo, I want to slap your barber in the face. I don't like him. I wish nothing but bad times on him. I don't like what he did to you here. This is like a bottom of the chin strap. I don't like it. It makes me feel weird. It makes me feel uncomfortable. It looks like it chin straps over here, but what was he thinking?
The point of that whole tweet, which was basically a throwaway tweet that everyone started like snowballing into something else. I've got Ben Shapiro coming at me. I got Matt Walsh coming at me. I got Lauren Chen coming at me. I got all these people off of Daily Wire because it was just easy, low-hanging fruit for these guys, because they think that that's what the fucking manosphere is all about.
Oh,
and
Jesus.
It's not, okay? That was not fucking advice. Everything that is on Twitter is not advice.
Oh, God, Rolo. Oh gosh, this is he's getting real passionate. Okay, he's getting real passionate. He came in with a very even keeled temperament, and now he's riling himself out. He's beginning to curse, right? Like, so it seems like within his mind, his emotions are getting control of the talking points that he has.
A joke, but it's like, let's just say it's a hypothetical, okay? It's showing you. Now, listen, hypothetical for just 5 seconds, okay? This is no joke here, because everything that's come out of both of you guys' mouth has been nothing but distraction and misdirection, because it's easy clicks for you. So here's the whole thing. When I'm talking about get a vasectomy, don't be concerned with.
I like when he's mad, his glasses get uneven on his nose. You see?
Let him finish. Okay. I'm really mad about this, bro.
Shall we keep going? Are we just gonna have jokes thrown in here?
Really heated about this.
Is that what I get to? Is that what I get to do it? Okay. So here's the deal. When I'm talking about this, when I'm throwing this out there, why wouldn't you do that? Would you not have been more successful, Sneako, had you not had to go through certain things? If you had a kid right now,
advice or not?
You would be playing the game with a handicap. You would be playing the game with your fucking hands tied behind your back.
Okay, so
there are guys right now who I have a lot of respect for, and I'm sure you have a lot of respect.
Just like I said, guys, what you don't want to do, especially around men, is to come through with a very emotional. You got to stay stoic. You got to stay even keeled. Because what's his first thing that Destiny went through? Look at his, look at where he gets all mad and upset, and his glasses get all messed up. And then, come on, guys, this is serious. Okay, now I will also say, from Roller's perspective, he's written books about this shit. He's very passionate, obviously, regarding that. So he's coming through thinking that he's gonna have a debate based on accuracy. But my guess is that it's gonna quickly devolve into a lot of trolling because of the demeanor that he's having. He just talked for a solid minute and a half straight, and as soon as they interject with something, he starts cussing at them again, which is not good form for coming up and having a conversation, a true conversation.
Kids, okay?
What is advice?
So here's okay. First off, this is not advice. Everything that is on my show or is on Twitter is not automatically advice. Now, but here's the thing. I know what you're gonna say, because here's the deal. When I was on whatever podcast I was telling this, I was saying exactly the same thing here. Is that everything that comes out of somebody's mouth on Instagram or on Twitter or on a YouTube, there's no way you can't go on there without somebody going, this is what these guys are saying to do. Because if you have this set automatically, that if it comes out of your mouth, it's automatically advice, it can't just be data. It can't just be statistics. It can't be, nothing can be just delivered sort of like, here's some data for you to look at. Okay. Nothing can be set. Nothing can be given to you without somebody going, well, the reason why you're telling me this is because you're telling me that this is the best way to live my life. Okay. So when I'm watching Brendan Carter and I'm watching all this going on, and I'm looking at like guys that I know and guys that you know as well. And when these are the guys who are like saying, you know, be on your game, do this, do that. They're the ones that are giving this advice. All I'm doing is saying, hey, look, maybe you should not focus on family. Maybe you should not get married. I mean, I don't know why that's big.
It's maybe advice.
I'm not saying it's advice. What I'm saying is that is this over the fucking top that everybody wants to take it out of context, which is exactly what you guys have been doing.
So what is it? Can you tell me what that tweet was if it wasn't advice?
Yeah, so here's my thing. I would say, well, if it's out of context, help me understand what the context is. Because from my position, you write books, you give advice, you tell stories, you craft frameworks, you build structures, you have graphs that you show. Right, like all of these things. So if you're tweeting something, now I will also say I've never seen his tweet before. So then what is it? What is the context? And how is getting a vasectomy the quickest way to becoming a high value man? It can be the something that could be added to mitigate risk on your way to becoming a high value man. But how does getting a vasectomy make it any more quicker? Abstinence would make it quicker. Monk mode would make it quicker than snipping your balls.
Here's the quickest path to, if I told you this, look, if I said the quickest way for you to make $1 million,
that sounds like advice,
is to go steal it from
That's mutant. Sneako said it sound like advice. It damn sure does sound like advice. This right here, the quickest path to becoming a high value man, that sounds like advice.
But all the rest of the lists, you're equating vasectomy to lifting, game, play to your strength, resisting up on easing your focus. The rest of it sounds like general advice.
Okay, well let's say so let me ask you. So is it the vasectomy part that's throwing you off?
Yes.
Genuine good advice, right? The rest of it.
Is it the vasectomy part?
Correct. Yes.
Yeah, do you agree with pretty much everything else except for the vasectomy part?
The first three is weird because then I don't even know what the red pill idea of a high value man is. Is it just being rich? Like, what's the point of having all this money and not having a family? Why be that rich? The guy who's always grinding. Whoa, Brandon Carter doesn't have to do his laundry. Sick. What else are you going to do with your life?
Right. Maybe this is actually meant so that you'll get it. You'll have a freaking epiphany about all the shit that you have to sacrifice to get to that in the first place. What are you willing to sacrifice? Are you willing to live the kind of life, let's say like a Brandon Carter is, where you're going to outsource your entire life? Or are you going to actually have kids? Is that something that's a priority for you? Because I will tell you right now that if you follow this if you were to actually follow this list right here, that is the fastest way for you to get to a point where you are more high value.
Nope.
Right. So here's the thing. So when I say that, people go, well, that's not what a high value man is. A high value man is what I define it as, which is he's got to have a good, loving, devoted wife. He's got to have 3 or 4 kids or 10 kids, depending on whatever culture you're talking about. All of this stuff that makes up whatever that person who happens to have that is, then that's suddenly the definition of what a high value man is. So what I'm saying this is the best way to become a high value man. I'm not saying this is the only way to become a high value man. I'm just saying that this is the fastest way to go and do something like that.
You've been talking a lot for 5 minutes. What is your definition?
But see, here's the thing. So I think they're going to switch over to the definition of a high value man. But then this is where I disagree with Rolo. This is not the quickest way. Quickest way, that number 3 should have been monk mode, or should have been abstinence, or should have been wrapping it up. This is what I completely disagree with this. It seems like he still thinks that this is the quickest way. And that's the point of contention. They're going to move on to high value man, but understand that that's really what the point of contention is. If you stuck right on that point, that's what it is. It's a risk mitigator. It lowers risk significantly. All right. But it still doesn't mean you can snip off whatever that duct is in the bottom of your balls, or ball, like myself, #body positivity. You can snip off that semiconductor down in there and still go off and fuck 50 girls a week and waste all your time. But what about that is in his list? It's not in the list. It's not in the list about being very disciplined with your time as a man in the face of women. Nothing about that is in the list, at least from what I remember.
That's what the first part of the tweet is: how to become a high value man.
The fastest way to become a high value man is to recognize the fact that you've got sacrifices to make. Okay.
So what is that? Telling like stories from Vietnam. Like, just say, what is a high value man? It's the first part of the tweet. What does that mean?
You tell me what a high value man is. Shit. Because here's the thing: is it doesn't matter what I'm going to say is a high value man. You guys are fucking
because it's your tweet.
It doesn't matter what I say is a high value man, because everybody takes this. The point of the tweet is that everybody is going to take this and then insert their own definition of what a high value man is. That's the bait.
No, I don't agree with him. Sorry, I don't agree, Rolo. Oh no, you can't say the quickest way to become a high value man, but you cannot then say the definition of high value man. Because what if high value man to some people is to be married in a committed relationship by the time that you're 24? What if that's some people's subjective definition? But then you write, yes, this is the quickest way to become a high value man. So he's supposed to get a vasectomy when he's 20 and get the shit tied back together, the semiconductor tied back together when he's 23? What?
You gave a list of 8 things. Do these 8 things to become a high value man. Do 1 through 8 to become A. And you're not defining what A is.
The fastest way to becoming a high value man is these things.
What is that?
Okay. So here's the thing. So if we're talking about family creation, we already talked. Okay, so you want to go? Okay, let's go one by one. You want to go one by one? Okay.
Yes,
so
yes, please.
Before one by one, what is a high value man?
We can't have an argument if I don't even know what your definition
is. The very fact that you're even asking this in the first place is the actual point of the fucking tweet. Okay. So if you're going to be a high value man with the fucking hands tied behind your back,
I don't agree.
What is that? What does that mean to you? That's the point.
No. This is the issue. The issue with men today is that we don't have structure. We don't have frameworks. We don't have those that have done it like a motherfucker up on high saying, this is what it means to be what I have done. That's the shit. We got to take away this participation trophy. We got to culture, especially with these young boys. Leave it for the women. Continue to pander to the women. We got to have reality being said to men nowadays. Fuck all this shit. To be a high value man, what does that mean? What does that mean? Listen, all men need North Stars. We need something to be able to be like, that's a dream that I can get to. And here are the things that I have to do. Those 8 things should be the things that you have to do. Then you come across that third one like, bitch, what the fuck that shit mean? What you mean I gotta go get my balls snipped? How? How does this align up to being a high value man? Because like so let's say that Rolo said, being a high value man means that you never have kids within your life. Well then, vasectomy might be it. Like, vasectomy might be it. And I think that's what Sneako's point is that how do you push high value man when there's a feelings-based definition? When it's just feelings-based, it should not be feelings-based. We have to take the emotionality on giving young men instruction. Give them hierarchy. Give them framework. Give them that. Not, I can just feel my way into being a high value man. What? That just, to me, that sounds like a young woman just feeling like astrology signs are accurate.
You guys,
one of the tweet was, you've got some conception of a high value man. Here are 8 points that you think you need to do to get to it. And now you're getting blown the fuck up on the vasectomy thing, which you probably realize is fucking retarded. But you're too old and stubborn to walk back from it. That's the point of this conversation.
I'm not too stubborn to walk back from it because the point of it was to get douche nozzles like yourself to have this conversation in the first place.
How old are you, bro? Douche nozzles?
Yes.
Guys, what do I say? I say don't name call. I say don't name call when you have these conversations. Don't name call. And especially, listen, if he called him a douchebag, they would have continued off in the conversation, but his boomer is showing.
You douche nozzles.
He's got to stop being so emotional.
Father or grandfather of the man? Which one is it?
Whatever it is, the old guy of the man.
Listen, he should not be doing debates unless he can pull his emotions or passion up out of the talking points. This is not going to work well, especially between characters like Destiny and Sneako, who grew up on the goddamn internet.
This list is the foolproof way, if everything is followed, for you to get your status up as quickly as possible in your 20s.
That's not what the list is, though. Because what you just said was advice, and he said it's clearly not advice. So you're interpreting it.
He said he's joking, and
yeah, he was just joking.
people.
Like half of it was just for jokes.
But I'm telling you, I started out telling you guys how I interpreted that.
Yeah.
Sure.
Right.
He's not wrong.
Right here.
But
You're not wrong.
so that people can interpret it how they want,
Exactly.
to create discussion. That's
And
the point.
you know what's funny?
And it worked.
He asked a question earlier. So you asked him a question, what is high value? You answered it. It's whatever you determine that to be.
No, that's bullshit. None of you guys believe that. If some guy comes on this show and he weighs 350 pounds and he says, I'm Diamond 1 in League of Legends, that's what I want to do with my life, would you go, well, if that's what you really want, you're high value? You wouldn't say that.
No, but once again, it starts in the mind. You're going to say, for example, oh, that's not true, which I agree it's not true. But ultimately, you as a man decide what's high value for you.
No, you don't.
Yes, you do.
You
Value is
don't.
probably something that's determined by.
Oh my God! So you just say you can sit on your couch and all day playing video games, eating Cheetos, stroking to the hub, and you can just call yourself a high value man? We need framework. We need instructions. We need a North Star. We need hierarchy. What is this participation culture entitlement bullshit? What is going on? I'm about to blow a goddamn blood vessel in my goddamn neck. God damn it! We cannot just make shit up. We're men. Hold the line. We are just as delusional as these feminist women who just create shit based on their feelings. Then these women who walk into who like, yo, let me read your hand. I'm gonna do a palm reading. Oh, let me just feel where your future is going. Shut up. None of that shit is real. Women are the #1 supporters of feeling-based content. No, you don't need no data to sell to women. You don't need no hierarchy to sell to women. You don't need no instructions to sell to women. You just gotta make them feel good. Oh God, oh my future's so great because Grandmaster Poobah, Miss Cleo just told me that I have great fortunes ahead of me. Women are the main consumers of astrological content. Why? Why? Women are the main consumers of palm readings. Why? Why? Women are the main consumers of fortune tellers. Why? Why? Because they're emotionally based. I can't fault women based on their nature. That's how they're created. But I can damn sure tell men, no, you need a rubric. You need a syllabus. You need to get your shit together because you don't live in this faux reality that women can live in. Because you're a man. Jesus goddamn Christ.